inflammation, and visibly improve damage of the intestinal lining. Skyrizi is a prescription injection medicine for adults. Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines. Liver problems leading to hospitalization may occur when treated for Crohn's or ulcerative colitis.
Control is everything to me.
Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 prescribed biologic in Crohn's and ulcerative colitis combined. Learn more at skyrizi.com or 1-866-SKYRIZI.
As the House gets ready to take a final vote on funding, hoping to end a partial government shutdown now in day 4, there is one more Democrat.
Christian Menifee won a special election runoff Saturday to fill a seat that's been open since Sylvester Turner died last March.
It's been more than 330 days since the people of the 18th Congressional District had representation, had a voice in Congress.
That district is in and around Houston, represented by a Democrat since 1973. Menifee is a former attorney for Harris County. The Republicans' House majority now stands at 218-214, meaning they can afford no more than one defection on a party line vote. Chris Foster, Fox News.
Well, the Trump administration continues its controversial deportation agenda. A federal judge is blocking an attempt to send a lot of Haitian immigrants back.
U.S. District Judge Ana Reyes denied the Trump administration's request to dismiss a lawsuit that challenges the Homeland Security Department's end of temporary protected status, or TPS, for more than 350,000 Haitians. The scathing 83-page ruling from Judge Reyes says that DHS Secretary Kristi Noem did not have the authority to end TPS and that the protections will stay in place until the case works its way through the legal system. A Homeland Security spokesperson has promised an appeal and that they would take it to the Supreme Court. TPS was created by Congress and is a designation that the U.S. can give to countries dealing with situations like natural disasters or armed conflicts. Haiti was given TPS in 2010 after a devastating earthquake. Tanya J. Powers, Fox News.
On Wall Street, stock futures are rising after big gains starting February. The Dow yesterday surged up more than 500 points. Tomorrow, the first Olympic competition begins in Italy, ahead of the opening ceremony, which is Friday at the Winter Games. And Team USA announced this morning the 2 flag bearers, speed skater Aaron Jackson and bobsledder Frank Del Duca. I'm Dave Anthony, and this is Fox News.
News Talk 710 KURV, broadcasting from the Valley's All-American Truck Headquarters studio at PayneAutomall.com.
It is a Tuesday morning, February 3rd, 2026. This is the Valley's Morning News. This is News Talk 710 KURV. Show producer Fred Cruz, and we got AccuWeather meteorologist Jason Caterina. He's on standby. Will join us in about 3 minutes. Take a look at the hot weather today. How dare he show his face today? Raising temperatures close to 90. Well, he's going to lower them again at some point. We'll speak with him in a little bit. I'm Sergio Sanchez. Thank you for joining us. Go find us on your smartphone. Radio Para Mi is the free app. We can listen on your smartphone. Local education note, La Jolla schools will be under state oversight for several more years. And Board of Managers, the state, will remain in charge of the La Jolla School District for at least the next 2 years. The Texas Education Agency is saying that the La Jolla School District has made progress in issues like financial integrity and governance and academic performance, but state oversight will continue through up to at least 2028. A sad note from Brownsville, a teenager and an adult are facing charges after a deadly shooting. Police say a 15-year-old boy was shot in the abdomen and died. A 14-year-old boy was reportedly handling the gun at the time the victim was shot. The 25-year-old owner of the gun has been charged with making a firearm accessible to a child, causing death. The 14-year-old has been charged with manslaughter and is in juvenile detention. It's 7:08 on the Valley's Morning News. Texas Agriculture Commissioner Sid Miller is suddenly facing plenty of headwinds in his reelection bid. First, it was Governor Greg Abbott last week who endorsed his opponent, Nate Sheets. Now, Texas Land Commissioner Don Buckingham has done the same and endorsed Nate Sheets against Sid Miller. She accused Sid Miller of, quote, misconduct and behavior, her words. Last year, one of Miller's former friends told Texas Rangers that the commissioner asked him to dispose of several bags of marijuana and gummies because he was afraid that the DEA might find them on his property. At 7:08 on the Valley's Morning News. President Trump announcing Project Vault, a $12 billion initiative to stockpile rare earth minerals to reduce U.S. reliance on China.
Today, we're launching what will be known as Project Vault to ensure that American businesses and workers are never harmed by any shortage. We don't want to ever go through what we went through a year ago. Just as we have long had a strategic petroleum reserve and a stockpile of critical minerals for national defense, we're now creating this reserve for American industry.
Some top chiefs from General Motors, Boeing, and Alphabet's Google joined the president in the announcement. It's 7:09 on the Valley's Morning News. It's Accu with the time, and I want to say thank you to Dougie and all the gang at Martin Farm and Ranch. They've always got what you need at Martin Farm and Ranch. You stop by, say hi to Dougie from us. AccuWeather meteorologist Jason Caterina is going to raise the temperature today. Somewhere mid-80s, probably upper 80s. One day warm front or one day heat wave, and then what happens the rest of the week, right?
Yeah, it cools down for us as we go through the rest of the week, at least for tomorrow and Thursday, and then starts to warm back up a little bit as we head through Friday and Saturday.
Okay. Cool down by how much, would you say?
Upper 70s, mid 80s today, and then upper 60s, low 70s tomorrow for us. Low to mid 70s Thursday, and back to near 80 Friday. Upper 70s, low to mid 80s Saturday as well.
No moisture, though, right? Nothing as far as rain.
No.
Forecast.
Dry as a bone.
Yeah. And the long range outlook, 7 days plus, another cold front or anything interesting in those computer models?
Let's see. As we head into the weekend, mid 80s, looks like we'll have a slight cool front for Monday. It drops down from mid 80s to near 80. Then it's back to the mid 80s. And there we stay and warm up to near 90 by Thursday.
Oh man. Oh. Yeah, next week, nice and hot. Oh my goodness. Back to the beach next week.
Well, the groundhog did say 6 more weeks of winter, but
Yeah, not for us though. Yeah. That's what gets me. That's a northeastern thing. That's where you guys.
Yeah. Well, it's a everywhere thing, being that, February 2nd falls about 6 weeks from the beginning of spring. So regardless of whether he sees his shadow or not, we still have 6 more weeks of winter regardless.
I shouldn't be surprised because, it is already February. And before you know it, we'll have half-naked kids running all over the beach here in spring break, like in 3-4 weeks. They'll be descending on South Padre Island. So, yeah, it's that time where it starts shifting gears. As far as national calendar today, you ever been on a cruise? Got on a ship, taking a cruise?
One. My ex-in-laws took us on the Disney cruise one time.
Did you like it? Or
Well, here's the thing. Like the pool on the ship was really maybe like 15 by 15. So that's a lot of folks and kids to have in a very, very small pool.
Yeah. So it was just a glorified hot bath. One of those.
Yeah, hot tub more or
right?
less. But
Like hot tub.
Yeah. It was all right.
Yeah.
Not really my thing. Like I would rather be in a position to go and do all the interesting things I'd rather do than be stuck on the boat type of thing.
Yeah, what didn't help was Mickey, the guy in the suit, was in the pool taking up a lot of space.
Those ears are huge.
And it's National Carrot Cake Day. Plenty of carrot shavings on the cake, and National Carrot Cake Day. Yes? No?
I like carrots. I like carrot cake.
Carrot
it's all right.
cake. Yeah. It says cake. How can you not like any type of cake? All right, pal. Call you next hour. AccuWeather meteorologist Jason Caterina. And we start the morning low to mid 60s. Low to mid 60s across South Texas. Time is 7:12 on the Valley's Morning News. An illegal immigrant center in Central Texas needs to stop all movement, they said. They found a couple of detainees with the measles.
According to the Department of Homeland Security, the Dilley Immigration Processing Center, an hour outside of San Antonio, had to put some migrants in quarantine after they found 2 detainees had the measles on Friday. DHS Assistant Secretary Tricia McLaughlin says ICE Health Services took steps to quarantine and control further spread and infection. She says medical officials were monitoring detainees and taking appropriate and active steps. This is the same facility where 5-year-old Liam Ramos and his father, who were detained in Minnesota, were being held as of Sunday. In 2025, the U.S. saw 2,000 measles cases nationwide, the most in over a decade, with about 800 of those cases being in Texas.
Emily Capetillo with that report. Disney saying that fewer foreign visitors came to their parks last year.
In an earnings call on Monday, the park said that earnings at the parks are still up, thanks to increased guest spending and repeat visits. Still, the company warned that fewer international visits would tamp down growth in the first quarter of 2026. The U.S. experienced a 6% drop in international visitation last year. That's according to the World Travel and Tourism Council. Much of that was driven by a drop in Canadian visitors. I'm Tammy Trujillo.
Elon Musk's SpaceX is acquiring XAI, artificial intelligence startup. The deal combining the two companies owned by our neighbor, Elon Musk, who has said in a release that it was aimed at pursuing AI data centers in space. And anybody working at Cracker Barrel restaurants now expected to help save the company some money after that botched, failed rebranding effort last year. The top chief at Cracker Barrel had no idea who its customer base was and lost a lot of money. So Cracker Barrel employees are being told when they travel on business, they need to go eat at a local Cracker Barrel when practical. And as far as alcohol consumption, no, not without special approval. This is the Valley's Morning News on News Talk 710 KURV. We'll check some of the brick and mortar projects at UTRGV and amazing record enrollment at our university. I think the football program and other new programs are helping with recruitment. That's next on 710 KURV.
Start the new year off on a healthier note by taking active liver supplements from New Nordic every day. Available online at Amazon or newnordicusa.com or at your local CVS, ShopRite, Meijer Grocery, or Wegmans.
Attention all cattle ranchers. Martin Farm and Ranch Supply, the Valley's premier Purina feed dealer, is here to tell you all about the labor-saving benefits of Purina AccuRation liquid feed. With 34% protein and 5% fat, it delivers. Let us show you the cost benefits of the most sustained supplement on the market and get a free bag of mineral with your purchase. Limited time only.
Martin Farm and Ranch Supply, your premier Purina feed dealer. Just ask the horse.
This is the story of the one. As the purchasing manager at a manufacturing plant, she knows the only thing more important than having the right safety gear is having it there when you need it. That's why she partners with Grainger for auto reordering, so her team members can count on her to have cut-resistant gloves on hand, and each shift can run safely and efficiently. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
News that affects you and your family.
The Valley's Morning News.
News Talk 710 KURV.
This radio station, 710 KURV, is your radio home for Super Bowl 60. Westwood One's coverage of Super Bowl 60. That's going to be a long show starting at 11 a.m. Lots of history. We're looking at the Hall of Fame, a bunch of interviews. 11 a.m. coverage from Westwood One right here on 710 KURV, made possible by McAllen Bolt. UTRGV update. Dr. Guy Bailey, president of our university, joining us. And congratulations on that impressive enrollment number, Dr. B.
Good morning. Thank you.
Yeah.
It really was quite a quite a number. You know, we had not had 32,000 in the fall, I think, until about 3 years ago. So that shows you how rapidly the institution is going. Remember, spring enrollment is always down, say, 3,000 students because you graduate those students at mid-year. And typically you don't have a lot of students enrolled. So to exceed 32,000 is really quite remarkable, and we're very pleased. There are two things I think that it suggests. First of all, that students continue to want to come to UTRGV and see it as an institution of choice, not as a fallback institution. And secondly, students are being successful as well, because a lot of times after that first semester, if students have not been successful, they leave school. So we're real pleased with the success of our students too.
So just shy of 32,500. Let's see where I left the number. 32,429. And
that's right. Just shy of 32,500.
Graduate numbers too, right? People pursuing.
Absolutely. Graduate and professional degrees. And if you'll remember, one of our purposes when we started UTRGV was to expand the educational opportunities available for students. And these are primarily at the graduate and professional level. So the addition of the medical school, the School of Podiatric Medicine, physical therapy, which started this fall, and in addition, new PhD programs in physics and in math and statistics and clinical psychology, in a wide range of things, material science and engineering. All of those really provide opportunities for our students, and those programs are growing very rapidly, as are many of our master's programs too. So we're very pleased with that. Our students have more opportunity than ever, and they're taking advantage of them.
Dr. Guy Bailey, president of UTRGV, because of what's taking place as far as the economic transformation of the Valley and some of the future industry, some of it might be landing here pretty soon. I know we got folks from the ports to economic development entities all over the place. State of Texas pushing this as well. Is the curriculum, the offerings at the University UTRGV, might they be changing to meet anything artificial?
Sure,
computer chips.
Interesting.
Yeah,
that's a great point. And the curriculum changes all the time. One of the things that we're going to be doing over the next few months is developing additional programs in cybersecurity and even cyber warfare, but cybersecurity primarily. And again, if you just note the number of intrusions that any business has, we have millions every year in the university, attempted intrusions. And so cybersecurity has become awfully important. We have one of the regional cybersecurity operations in the state of Texas. There are only 3, one here, UTSA, and at Angelo State. The other 2, by the way, are in cities where the armed services have major cybersecurity centers. We're the only one that does not. But we have tremendous resources there. We intend to build on that. And you'll be hearing more in the coming weeks about there will be not only degree programs, but certifications. So you don't have to be a degree-seeking student at UTRGV to get this certification. We think this is important training that we want to get as broadly into the community as possible. And if that's not a workforce development issue, I don't know what is. Of course, all of the medical and healthcare things are essentially workforce. And we've added undergraduate degree programs to reflect those. So we have a bachelor's degree program in integrated health sciences that prepares students for majors in medicine and nursing and all of the healthcare. And so, yes, the curriculum is constantly changing, and you can see that in things like cybersecurity. We'll be doing some things in AI in the future as well. That's something that I've gotten interested in my own research, and so we'll be doing more with that too.
Dr. Guy Bailey, President, UTRGV. Tier 1 research, the classification for that, we're waiting for that classification for the university. So what's the status of that, Dr. B?
Well, we think we're in very good shape. We have met the research standards for being a Research 1 university for a long time, for a number of years now, probably 4 or 5 years. And we generate far more research dollars than we have to. The shortfall has been at the number of PhDs and EDDs we produce. So that R1 you would think would be all about research, but it's not really. It's about research and doctoral production. And so the last time Carnegie redid the classifications, they upped the number of doctorates and lowered the research dollars. We were already ahead of the research dollars. We didn't like that, but that's the way it was. And our number of doctoral students that we produce by this summer should qualify us. Now, they won't announce anything until they'll take a year to certify it and then announce it, I think, in January 28th. But we think we'll meet it. The new doctoral programs that I just referenced. And by the way, MDs and doctors of podiatric medicine don't count. It's got to be a PhD or an EDD. Hey, yeah, it's Carnegie. And but with our new PhD programs, and we have a very large EDD, Doctorate of Education program, and we think by this summer we will have met the criteria.
All right, so they're moving the goalposts left and right. So what is that number, Dr. B? What's the threshold that we need?
I think you have to average 70 over 3 years, doctorates, either PhDs or EDDs. I may have that number not exactly right, but it's around that. And
ballpark figure. Okay.
Yeah, we should exceed that. And it's a 3-year rolling average that matters. And so our 3-year average should exceed that this summer.
All right. Since they still need to sit on that data and look at it for a year. So we're still, maybe 24 months away from that.
That's right. And it just takes them time to gather the data. Yeah. But remember that the data is not certified until the beginning of the next fiscal year. Our fiscal year ends August 31st to be certified sometime October, end of October. And so it'll take them, then Carnegie has to get it and process it. So it's a kind of a long process.
Dr. Guy Bailey, President, UTRGV, catching up with our university. I noticed a write-up from the university, the office. They had mentioned how our university is climbing when it comes to online education, even on
right.
Like the business school. Dr. Dean George Gotti was praising how the ranking had elevated for their online program. So a quick recap of that, because I know that has many branches. UTRGV top 10 in online education.
Yeah, it's interesting. We offer a full range of master's programs, in particular online. Masters, we have bachelor's programs as well, and you can do many bachelor's programs online. Masters seem to be the programs that people gravitate to. Most PhDs, EDDs have to be done mostly in person. Not all, but many. But many programs, for example, we have our undergraduate degree in cybersecurity, as you can imagine. That's all online. Why would you? It wouldn't make sense to have cybersecurity there in person. So, and so those things. And our university's reputation is growing. Social work for a long time has been widely recognized. Our MBA programs in business are widely recognized, and others as well. We offer the online education really in 2 formats. We have the regular semesters, and we have some accelerated online programs too. In fact, we have one in higher education. That master's degree that I think is very good. And again, the rating agencies have increasingly looked on what we're doing with favor, and we appreciate it.
Congratulations. I understand the new football stadium was recognized as a top project in Texas.
It was. Yes. Yeah. The stadium was recognized as the best construction project in the state of Texas in its price category. And so we were very pleased. Noble Construction did a great job. And I have to give a shout out to Jason Hartley here, our vice president for facilities. Jason, when we were faced with what we were going to do with the stadium, of course, the boxes were on the ground. And Jason came up with the brilliant idea of simply lowering the field. And so if you look at the creative things that were done to make that into a first-class football stadium, it's really, really quite remarkable. And Jason is kind of the guy who spearheaded that. He has a team of really good people who worked with him too. And they and Noble Construction have done a remarkable job. So it's interesting. We're still getting publicity for football long after the season's over.
Yeah, should line him up for an honorary engineering degree.
That's right.
Lowering the field at UTRGV. I tell you what, with those nice luxury suites, I'd be giving awards to the short ribs and the chicken wings, the catering service. Man, that's
Very good, aren't they? Yeah.
They were really good.
It's quite an experience all the way around.
Yeah. And you mentioned off air that registration numbers for the fall are looking really good.
They're great too. I mean, we're not registration numbers, but applications and
Oh, I see.
admission.
Okay.
We haven't started registering yet, but if you're out there and want to register, just be patient a little bit. It'll start before long. But we have orientations that'll start this spring, and our application numbers are way up, and our admits as well. So we I think in mid-January, we already had more applications than we had all of last year. It's really, and some of this may be simply people getting ahead of the curve. I don't know, but those numbers were stunning. And we attribute part of this to the fact that football has provided a more college-like atmosphere. And it's not just football, it's the band.
Mm-hmm.
It's spirit. It's all of that stuff. It's tailgates. It's everything that gives you a collegiate experience. And so we notice more students coming here from other places. Corpus, Laredo, especially the south part of San Antonio, Houston. We've expanded our reach of the institution. So all of that's helped tremendously.
Yeah, there we go. That's the connecting of the dots I should have done at the beginning. The increase in numbers of people at the university, likely as a result of the programs, the football program, band, other things.
That's right. And if you combine that with the fact that our rankings have consistently gone up. So two things that people typically look at: what's there to do on campus? Can you have a great campus experience? And how is this institution ranked? And then what opportunities are available? If you look at those three things, I think we stack up very well with institutions around the state.
Yes, sir. For 2026, in about 45 seconds, major brick and mortar projects. Before I let you go,
Major brick and mortar projects. Well, we bought the old Monitor building, and we're turning that into a facility for the School of Optometry, and we think that's going to be quite a facility. And School of Optometry will have a clinic there. We're also working in Harlingen on a facility for diabetes and limb preservation. That should be finished here sometime here in 26. Those are two of the most important ones, and ones that you'll see out there. Other things we'll announce in short order. I can't get ahead of myself there, but those two are things that are underway right now, and I think you'll be pleased with the results of both.
All right, Dr. B, thank you for all your time, being a phone call away. V's up. Have a great year. We'll talk.
Thanks so much. Have a great year.
Yeah, Dr. Guy Bailey, President, UTRGV. Check of some news on 710 KURV, a service of Jay Gonzalez Injury Attorneys, ready to fight for you. Call 1-800-CAR-CRASH. NASA's return to the moon via its Artemis 2 mission is being pushed back. Someone found a leak at the launch pad. The flight for Artemis 2 might take place in March. Now, March 6th is the next target. And Department of Homeland Security Chief Kristi Noem in the news, saying that immigration agents in Minneapolis will now start wearing body cams.
President Trump backs the move.
They generally tend to be good for law enforcement because people can't lie about what's happening. So it's generally speaking, I think 80% good for law enforcement.
Noem took to X on Monday to make the announcement, saying that as funding is available, it will be expanded nationwide, adding that it is in the interest of transparency. DHS and ICE have recently come under scrutiny in Minneapolis following the fatal shootings of 2 U.S. citizens. I'm Mark Mayfield.
This is the Valley's Morning News. This is News Talk 710 KURV. It's news radio for South Texas. Also on your smartphone, go find us. It's Radio Para Mi, the free app, and look for 710 KURV at Radio Para Mi. A check of sports up next on 710 KURV.
They said copies for a penny couldn't be done. We said, watch us. Total Imaging Solutions. We're flipping the script on printing. Whether you're a small business or a big operation, it doesn't matter. If you need a printer or copier, Total Imaging Solutions has the right printer for you. You get the printer for a simple monthly fee and copies, just a penny or less a page. No ink or toner charges. No surprise service fees, just clear, honest pricing. And if your old printer's slowing you down, we'll trade it out and level you up. Whether you print just a couple of copies a day or need the next New York Times press, we can help. Plus, if anything ever breaks, our team will have you up and running in under 4 hours. Easy printing, fast service, real savings. That's the penny or less revolution. Call 956-664-2113 or visit copiesforapenny.com. That's copiesforapenny.com. Total Imaging Solutions, helping your business one penny at a time.
Are you a fraud-paying American? 1 in 4 tax-paying Americans have been victim of identity fraud. With LifeLock, your identity, if it's stolen, they fix it guaranteed or your money back. And last year, billions in refunds were stolen. Could be from your salary, overtime, or second job. Gone. But this year, you don't need to stay a victim. Because this tax season, fraud-paying American is something no American should have to claim. Save up to 40% off your first year with the promo code BECK. Visit LifeLock.com. Terms do apply.
This Sunday, it's Westwood One's coverage of Super Bowl 60. Tune in for the super long pregame show starting at 11 and kickoff at 5:30. Brought to you locally by McAllen Bolt and News Talk 710 KURV.
The 710 KURV Sports Desk is brought to you by Dr. T's Primary Care for Men and Women.
I'm Trevor Beck with your TSN Sportsman. Rockets got a big win last night with KD out with an ankle sprain, and Alperen Şengün showed up with a 39-point night and a double-double.
As he took it off the glass. Oh, another big-time stuff for Alperen Şengün. He's got 29 and counting.
Rockets get the win over the Pacers 118-114. They face the Celtics tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Stars facing the Jets last night, and fireworks hit with 3 minutes left in overtime.
Riding a tied career-long streak. Harley, he scores! The backhand in overtime! Thomas Harley, one more time against Winnipeg. Game over!
Stars get their 5th straight win in overtime, 4-3. Stars' final game before the Olympic break is tomorrow night versus the Blues at 8:30. I'm Trevor Beck with your TSN Sports Minute.
Super Bowl opening night, where Seahawks and Patriots players and coaches hit the stage at the San Jose Convention Center ahead of Super Bowl 60 on Sunday. The Rams signed head coach Sean McVay and GM Les Snead to multi-year extensions. NBA, the Clippers and guard James Harden, according to ESPN, are working through whether the sides can come to terms on a trade before Thursday's deadline. On the court, Clippers fall to the Sixers 128-113. Harden did not play. Hornets rallied from 22 down, beat the Pelicans for their 7th straight win. That's sports. I'm Ronta Moss.
AccuWeather says highs today hot. Equally should be like mid 80s today, mid to upper 80s. Lows tonight should be in the 50s. A little bit of cool down tomorrow. So highs tomorrow, upper 60s, low 70s. Again, that's tomorrow. Enjoy the heat for today. Border Bridge wait times is posted on KURV.com. If you're headed back to Brownsville, they need to update those numbers with Brownsville. And for McAllen, Edinburgh Mission, not too bad, 30 to 45 minutes at all 3 bridges. This is the Valley's Morning News. It's News Radio on News Talk 710 KURV. A big thank you to all the family, all you guys who join us. Eventually, you pick up the 710 KURV YouTube videos and the 710 KURV X videos and Facebook videos. And we're doing the 710 KURV online live, especially the 7 o'clock hour. We got business news, check of your money. That's next on 710 KURV.
If you're looking to improve your overall health and have a better quality of life, Dr. T's Primary Care is the place to go. If you feel tired or stressed or less motivated, if you're moody or if you have trouble sleeping, Dr. T's Primary Care will evaluate you and work with you to address your health concerns, including testosterone or menopause treatment, peptide treatment, IV vitamin infusions. Their licensed staff will take the time to listen to you and work with you to improve your overall health. Check out the website, drtsprimarycare.com. Give them a call in the McAllen at 956-803-0058 in Harlingen, 956-368-5247.
Texas Republicans. President Trump has been betrayed by failed politician Myra Flores. Listen for yourself.
President Trump, make mistakes. President Trump, make mistakes.
Myra Flores keeps running for Congress and losing, underperforming President Trump. Now records reveal why. Myra Flores has been caught in a scheme paying herself and family over $150,000 with campaign funds, enriching herself at South Texas expense. Betrays Trump, enriches herself? We can't trust failing Myra Flores. That's why President Trump has endorsed conservative fighter Eric Flores, an Army infantry captain. Eric Flores fought for his country, took on the cartels as a federal prosecutor, and Eric never backs down from a fight. Trump gives Eric his complete and total endorsement. Trump said Eric's an America First patriot who will secure the border, champion law enforcement, and who will never let you down.
I'm Eric Flores, and I approve this message.
Paid for by Eric Flores for Congress.
Palm Valley Animal Society presents the 52nd Annual Puppy Love Gala, an evening in Venice. Join us as we honor Keely and Byron J. Lewis and celebrate compassion, community, and life-saving work for pets across the Rio Grande Valley. Enjoy dinner, auctions, live entertainment, and the magic of the Venetian Carnival, all for a cause that saves lives. Learn more at pvastx.org/puppy love or email puppylovegala@pvastx.org.
Audio streaming on KURV.com. Powered by South Texas Buick GMC. McAllen Mission.
I'm Nicole Murray with Your Money Now. President Trump has announced a trade deal with India that slashes U.S. tariffs on the country's goods to 18% from 50%. In exchange, India will halt Russian oil purchases and instead will buy oil from the U.S. and potentially Venezuela. Palantir surged 11% in pre-market trading after beating Wall Street's fourth quarter estimates amid rising spending on AI tools from governments and businesses. The shares popped after it reported roughly $1.4 billion in revenue, which is ahead of the LSEG estimate of $1.3 billion. The Bureau of Labor Statistics said it will not be releasing the January jobs report as scheduled on Friday due to the partial government shutdown. The decision comes ahead of a busy week for economic data that would have culminated with the non-farm payrolls release. Futures are slightly higher Monday. The Dow Industrials gained 515, the Nasdaq up 130, the S&P 500 up 37. That's Your Money Now.
Another business note, Eddie Bauer reportedly planning to file bankruptcy. And cardiologists up northeast in the news saying drinking 2 cups of coffee will help reduce the risk of heart failure. I guess I'm doing pretty good. 3 or 4, does that help even more, Freddie? Yeah, make my heart younger. AccuWeather says hot today, should be mid-upper 80s. Low 70s for tomorrow. Tonight's low should be in the 50s. Right now, it's 61 to 65 degrees across the valley. Thank you for waking up. News Talk 710 KURV. We've got Fox News coming up in 2 minutes. Chamberlain Roofing and Waterproofing. Good folks, waiting for your call, your text message. Set up an appointment for a free expert inspection of your roofing system. This is how they shake hands with you, become friends, and if ever you need them in the future, God forbid we get some nasty tropical winds or, softball size hail around here. It's usually not that big. You get the point. Damage to your roofing system, something like that. Or just wear and tear. You're in an old building. You got to retrofit the whole thing. Trust Chamberlain Roofing, Waterproofing, 125 plus years of experience. Again, an invitation. You call them today and get expert eyes on the commercial roofing systems. I know you have several buildings. Get them all checked. You guys who are working for the state or some government office, you're the building supervisor, the manager. You need to check all systems. Check the roof. You don't know what to check for. Chamberlain does. cutting-edge roof installation, maintenance, repair technology, advanced waterproofing solutions. Call them today. Again, free inspection, expert inspection of your commercial roofing system, free. And that's how the relationship starts. 956-655-6178.
Hi, this is Marty Moore from D&M Cleaners. If you are already a customer of ours, you know by now that we have always replaced those missing buttons and repaired those minor rips and seams, all free of charge. But one thing you may not be aware of is that we have a full alterations department. Our seamstress has over 35 years of experience. Not only can she replace that zipper, let that hem down, or even take up that waist, she is also very capable of handling all of your wedding gown and formal wear. Why don't you now consider stepping up to D&M Cleaners, Farr, McAllen, and Edinburgh?
Radio United is hiring. We're looking for an experienced HR and business coordinator to support our growing media markets. This role handles human resources, accounting support, payroll coordination, reporting, reconciliations, and budgets, working closely with our business manager and corporate accounting team. Ideal candidates have 3 years of accounting experience, 2 years at human resources, strong Excel skills, and are bilingual. Media experience is a plus. Send your resume to human resources at radiounited.com. Radio United is an equal opportunity employer.
Are you a fraud-paying American? 1 in 4 tax-paying Americans have been victim of identity fraud. With LifeLock, your identity, if it's stolen, they fix it guaranteed or your money back. And last year, billions in refunds were stolen. Could be from your salary, overtime, or second job. Gone. But this year, you don't need to stay a victim. Because this tax season, fraud-paying American is something no American should have to claim. Save up to 40% off your first year with the promo code BECK. Visit LifeLock.com. Terms do apply.
This is your news, weather, and talk station. News Talk 710, KURV, and KURV.com.
Happy Tuesday. It is February 3rd, 2026, and you are listening to the Valley's Morning News, News Radio for South Texas. I'm Sergio Sanchez, along with show producer Fred Cruz and Jason Caterina from AccuWeather. We start the morning 61 to 65 degrees across South Texas. It is going to be hot today. Should be in the mid to upper 80s. We cool down tomorrow, down into the upper 60s for highs, low 70s for tomorrow. News on 710 KURV, a service of Jay Gonzalez Injury Attorneys, ready to fight for you. Call 1-800-CAR-CRASH.
Fox News, I'm CJ Papa. The desperate search to find Nancy Guthrie, the elderly mother of Today Show host Savannah Guthrie, who's missing in Arizona.
The Pima County Sheriff says given the nature of the crime scene, he believes she was taken by force with evidence pointing in the direction of her being harmed in the process. And it's a race against the clock. The 84-year-old has medical conditions that require medication, and if doses are missed, it can be fatal.
Fox's Alicia Cunha. Could the partial government shutdown end today?
Now, a large part of that reason is President Trump decided to get involved. He urged a handful of House Republicans to drop their demand to attach the GOP voter ID law known as the SAVE Act to this package of government spending bills. Speaker Johnson says now just isn't the time for that.
Fox's Bill Malugin on Capitol Hill. America's listening to Fox News.
La Jolla schools will stay under state management for a while longer. Board of Managers from the state will remain in charge of the La Jolla School District for at least the next 2 years. The Texas Education Agency saying La Jolla schools have made progress on academic performance, financial integrity, governance issues, but the extension of state oversight will run through at least February 1st, 2028. U.S. Customs and Border Protection planning 2 new Border Patrol checkpoints near Roma. A statement from the agency saying that the new Stark County checkpoints will help discourage illegal border crossings and contraband smuggling. No date or checkpoint specifics have been provided by the agency. Secretary of War Pete Hegseth saying that the Pentagon is prepared for action if Iran will not negotiate over its nuclear program.
Hegseth made the remarks as the U.S. has been working to establish a substantial military presence near Iran in recent weeks. According to the War Secretary, administration officials do not want to take a hostile approach, as President Trump is committed to peace and committed to a deal if Iran is serious about making a deal. Special Envoy Steve Witkoff is set to meet with Iran's foreign minister on Friday to resume nuclear talks in Istanbul, Turkey. I'm Mark Mayfield.
NASA's return to the moon via Artemis 2 will be delayed a few weeks. The next target launch date will be in early March. They did a wet rehearsal. They fueled up the rocket, and they found a leak on the launch pad. And Mozilla is saying that Firefox will let you block current or future AI features if that's what you want to do. If you want AI on Firefox, you will be able to choose between the different major AI chat boxes in the near future. This is the Valley's Morning News on News Talk 710 KURV.
XF made the remarks as the...
That's all right, friends. All right. The Valley's Morning News on News Talk 710 KURV is also on Radio Para Mi. Download the free app and join us on your smartphone.
Improve your overall health and enjoy a better quality of life with Dr. T's Primary Care. You're trying to set some new weight goals. If you're too moody or stressed out or just tired and trying to get more sleep, Dr. T's Primary Care can help you with all of that and more. If you're worried about things like low testosterone, Dr. T is a primary care provider from the sniffles to the flu and also offer menopause treatment, peptide treatment, and IV vitamin infusions. McAllen area, call 956-803-0058 and in Harlingen, 956-368-5247. That's drt'sprimarycare.com.
Marketing makes all the difference. When you have an aggressive approach like the Ryan and Bryan real estate team, it makes all the difference. That's what you need to sell your home. Call the Ryan and Bryan real estate team, the only team I'm calling to help me sell my home, help me find a home. It's the Ryan and Bryan real estate team. You probably know someone who's been trying to sell their house for a long, long time. The Ryan and Bryan real estate team will make it so you don't have to worry about this. The Ryan and Bryan real estate team, they're so confident that they can sell your home at a price and at a date that you and the team agree upon. If that home is still in the market, boom, they'll sop it up. They'll buy it from you. The marketing system at the Ryan and Bryan real estate team, reaching thousands of potential buyers every day. And they will get it done, just like they did for Arturo and Corina's home recently. It felt like an eternity for them because they worked with somebody else, but when they found the Ryan and Bryan real estate team, they were able to sell their home for top dollar. Got all the information they needed every step of the way. This could be you, amigo. Call the Ryan and Bryan real estate team today and get it done. Get your house sold guaranteed. Ask them about that guarantee. 956-540-2536. The website, ryanandbryan.com. That's ryanandbryan.com.
If you're selling your home, don't be trying. Call Ryan and Bryan. Go to ryanandbryan.com.
Logan Fury did something smart. He saved hundreds on auto insurance switching to Progressive. With that money, he bought a mini treadmill. Is walking on it during video conference calls more distracting than he thought? Yes. And is that because he overestimated his foot-eye coordination? Definitely. But it's Logan's savings, and if he wants to burn calories and any chance at a promotion, we say, good for you, Logan. Switch and see if you could save with Progressive and treat yourself. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Welcome home. Welcome to Edinburgh, a city where quality of life meets opportunity. Experience vibrant festivals, sports, and community events, and share in the pride as UTRGV Division I football brings fans and spirit to the valley. Here, you enjoy the perfect balance. Big city amenities, combined with small town warmth, with excellent schools, a safe community, and plenty of ways to explore and unwind. Edinburgh is a city to call home. Pursue your passions and truly thrive. Discover the quality of life that makes Edinburgh special at edinburghedc.com.
The Valley knows the best.